All right, guys, so you should have gotten here where you've input the data, and then you're gonna, instead of auto fitting A, you can just make it big enough so that you can see your first column there. And then we're gonna highlight A1 through D1, merge and center, bold it, make it a little bit bigger, size 14. These here are called your column headings. You're going to highlight A2 through D2. Don't go and do anything into E because there's really nothing typed in E. It just looks like it. Totals is just hanging out there for right now. You're going to center, fill those black, change your font color to white. It might go ahead and do that for you. Bold, and then wrap your text. Now, even when you wrap your text, what you might need to do is kind of go over here and make it just a little bit bigger so that you can read those, and then 2 week totals, same thing, you can make that just a little bit wider. Then go down here and double click between 2 and 3, and that will auto fit your column, your row height. Sometimes you have to manually change it, but that is why we did not auto fit A, because if we would have before we merged and centered the title, then it would have made it as big as weekend box office results in millions. So that's why we just make it a little bit bigger. All right, now we need to auto sum across. Make sure that you put a 0 here for Peppermint, and then highlight B3 through D3. Click auto sum. Keep auto summing across. Remember, when you auto sum across, you have to highlight the numbers that you want to add and where you want your answer to go. And last but not least, right here, we are also going to go up here and click the accounting number format. Oops, sorry. Highlight all of these numbers and click the accounting number format, and then decrease your decimal once. Okay. Actually, let's do this. Go up here where it says custom and click currency. Then decrease your decimal. All right, so what that does, the difference between those two is it puts the $ directly attached to the number there. And then center those numbers. All right, now we're going to add a border, so highlight A1 through D7. Choose your thick outside border button. One thing I forgot to do is highlight A2 through D2 and also center it up and down. All right, now we're going to make our chart. So remember, when you're making a chart, you want to highlight enough information so that it can chart it and it doesn't say anything like Series 1 or Category 1, but that you don't give it too much information. So we're going to highlight A2 through C7. So we want to have 2 different series, so we'll have 2 different columns for each movie title, and the names of the movies, and obviously the data there. Okay, so then we're going to go to Insert and choose a column chart. Okay, your chart kind of starts out like this. You can just go ahead and cut it and paste it into your charts sheet. That is, you just do cut. Oops. And for this, I would just do the Control X and then Control V. When you hit paste, sometimes you accidentally paste it as an image and then you can't change your chart. So I'm going to rename this data sheet and this other one chart sheet, just because I use this for the assignment. So now I'm going to paste it, Control V. So now I know I pasted it as a chart because it says Chart Tools up there when my chart is selected. So I'm going to go ahead and title it. Let's just title it Box Office Results. we are going to change the chart colors to black and white. So I'm going to go here. Here's kind of a black and gray option there. And I'm going to move my legend to the top. So I'm going to click on my legend here and go up here to add and hover over legend and choose this little arrow here and say top. And the reason that you do that instead of just clicking on it and moving it to the top is because, like, notice how my chart went ahead and adjusted. It moved down so that way this could go up here. And then we're going to add data labels. So under the add sign, just check data labels. They should go there, like on the outside end. And then we're going to reformat our vertical axis. So basically you want this menu to pop up. So the way to get that to pop up is to click on your vertical axis and then right click. So check your vertical axis numbers here and then right click and go to format axis, and that will pop that up. So from here on out, every place that you click, it's going to change over there. All right. We go here to chart, and then we just change our major and our minor unit. So it looks like our major unit is 2 and our minor unit is 1. So I'm just going to type that in. 2 and then minor. There we go. All right, so that chart looks pretty good. Now I'm going to do my next chart. Okay, this one's a little bit difficult. And Excel is like super testy when it comes to how you select your data when you do this. So first of all, without pressing Control and holding Control, you highlight your movie title. So highlight A2 through A7. Then release your hand from the mouse there. Okay. Then move your mouse up here over D2. Now you're going to press and hold Control and select D2 through D7 and release both. Then go to Insert, Column. Okay guys, so right here, if right here your chart doesn't look right, it's like 2 big blocks, or it doesn't look right. You've selected the data wrong. So you just click on the chart and delete it and go back and try again. Don't shoot your hand up here and ask for help. Try it again on your own. You highlight A2 through A7, then press and hold Control and select D2 through D7. You have to select the exact same amount of data, and you can only select that data and in that order. All right, so go ahead and cut your chart, Control X, and paste it into your chart sheet. Just below it here, Control V. We're going to name it. So we should just be able to click on that and not have to hit backspace. Remember, just click on the outside and then type box office results for Okay, notice that it's up here in the formula bar, and then when I press enter, ta-da, it just goes in there as my title. Pretty nifty. Okay. Ooh. That is one thing we forgot to do in this chart. Whoopsies. I didn't read my own rubric. All right, we need to add a vertical axis title here. So we're going to add both a horizontal axis title and a vertical axis title. So I'm going to go up here, click on add, and check axis titles. Down here, same thing. We're just going to click on the outside of the box and put top 5 movies for the week. And then over here, sales in millions of, well, you could just put sales in millions because it has your dollar sign there. So sales in millions, enter. All right. Okay. Over here, there is actually another movie out, but it wasn't on both weeks, so I didn't include it. So I'm not going to have a horizontal axis. I'm just going to hover my mouse over this little arrow and check primary vertical. And then name it the same, cells in millions. Okay. And then I am going to add data labels. So same thing, click our data labels. And here in a minute, you might either need to fill those data labels a color, and I'll show you how to do that. It's pretty simple, because now we're going to fill this with a picture. Okay, guys, this is super similar to how we did the background of a PowerPoint slide. So we're trying to fill the plot area, the background, this white space, not the line. So if you click on a line, it's not going to help you to fill a line with a picture. Like, that's just not possible. So you want to click in between a line, and that should select that. And then you should see Format Plot Area up here. Again, if that went away, then you just right click, choose Format Plot Area, and this will appear again. Okay, so just like in PowerPoint, it's going to ask you a series of questions. How do you want to fill this area? So you click that. I want to fill it with a picture. Where is your picture located? And this time we're going to choose online. It's just easier instead of like going and copying and pasting. And I'm just going to put movies. I'm going to choose that one. It'll let me. You can choose popcorn. You can choose a movie ticket. You know, whatever. Strikes your fancy. It's up to you. Apparently, yeah, okay. Now, the problem is, notice that when I have that in there, now it's really hard to read my data labels. Not that one, but the rest of them. So with one, I just clicked on one, and it should select all of them. And I'm going to go up here to fill. I'm going to fill it white. I mean, there's a whole bunch of options. I could change the font color for them, whatever I wanted to do. I could change the font color to red. Maybe that will work. So instead of filling it, I could just click on it and go up here to font color, choose red. Still pretty hard to read, not gonna lie. So I'll go ahead, maybe I'll fill those white. There. On this one, we don't want a legend, and you shouldn't have one because you only have one series of data. If you do have a legend, just uncheck it or delete it. And then we are going to change our vertical axis title. So remember, we're just going to click over here. It says to change the major to 10, and then the minor should just change to 2. And now it's just a little bit bigger. One thing you can do too is kind of stretch it out a little bit more so it shows it a little bit better. And I believe you've done everything you need to that one. So, oh, it does say to change the column color. So, and really the blue doesn't go along with it. So you can just click on one. It's the same principle. You just go up here to fill, and you would fill those a color. I'm going to do red. All right, and you are done with this assignment. So put up your green stick and I will check it.